Truing wheels. Goals. Be able to true a wheel from side to side and up and down. Tools needed. Truing stand. Spoke wrench. Parts to identify. Rim. Spoke. The nipple. To start, make sure your hubs are adjusted correctly and put your wheel in your truing stand, but do not over tighten. If your hub is loose, you will not be able to true the wheel. Next, adjust the calipers up and down so that they align with the rim. Then gently spin the wheel and move the calipers slowly toward the rim, stopping just before they touch. Step 2. Lubricate spoke nipples. Drip some lube into where the spoke enters the nipple and let it drip down to where the nipple meets the rim. This helps with corrosion and will allow you to best adjust the spokes. Step 3. Tighten loosened spokes. Before you can tighten any loose spokes, you need to find the correct spoke wrench. There are several different sizes of spoke wrenches, so make sure yours fits tight. If it is too loose, you can damage the spoke nipples and you will not be able to make a further adjustment. With the wheel in the stand, you will be making your adjustments at the bottom of the wheel, so the nipple is sticking up out of the rim. From this position, using your spoke wrench, you will turn the nipple counterclockwise to tighten the spoke. Check the wheel for very loose spokes, and if you find one, use the spoke wrench to tighten it until it feels similar to the spokes around it. Step 4. How spoke tension works. Looking at the wheel straight on, you will notice that some spokes go to the right side of the hub, while others go to the left side of the hub. Spin the wheel gently and move the calipers toward the rim so that they begin to scrape. If your wheel is out of true, they will only scrape in one or maybe a few spots on the rim. If the spot is on the right, to straighten the rim, you need to adjust the spoke tension so that the rim moves to the left. This is done by loosening or removing tension from the spokes that go to the right side of the hub, while at the same time tightening or adding tension to the spokes that go to the left side of the hub. It is important to always do these together, because if you only tighten spokes on one side without loosening the spokes on the opposite side, you will end up with a hop in the wheel, and your wheel will not be perfectly round. Step 5. Removing spoke tension. Once you find a spot on the rim that scrapes against the calipers, examine it and note how long the contact is. To fix it, start with loosening the spokes on the side of the scraping. It's best to start with small changes, so turn the nipples clockwise a little more than a quarter of a turn, and then turn it back a tiny bit. Turning it back helps account for spoke wind up where the spokes twist with the turn. If you do not do this, your spokes will unwind once you ride the wheel and change the adjustments you made. Step 6. Adding spoke tension. Then move to the spokes on the other side of the rim and tighten them. Again in small changes. By turning the spokes counterclockwise, making sure to turn them back a tiny bit after each adjustment. Do this until there is no scraping in that spot, then move the calipers a little closer to the rim until you hear more scraping and repeat the process. Continue to do this until the wheel spins straight, with about 1 millimeter gap between the rim and truing stand caliper. Take your time and be patient. It can take a long time to be able to true a wheel efficiently. Step 7. Check vertical roundness. Once the wheel is reasonably true from side to side, check for vertical roundness in the wheel. If your tire is on the rim, you will have to remove it. Once the tire is removed, lower the calipers on the truing stand and close them together. Spin the wheel and slowly move the caliper up toward the wheel until it begins scraping. Where the rim scrapes, add tension to the spokes to lift the rim up away from the calipers. When doing this, work in pairs of spokes. Tighten one from each side, turning no more than a quarter of a turn at a time. Once you've gotten the lowest spots in the rim, spin the wheel and move the calipers up further until it scrapes on most of the rim. Look for high spots by finding places where the rim stops, scraping for a short distance. Reduce the tension on the spokes in these spots. Again, working in pairs and only a little bit at a time. Go back and forth between lowering and raising until you only see minor ups and downs in the rim.